It's been a while. I'm back. Hello my lovelies, welcome to another free.volous webisode. It's been a while. I mean, the last time I recorded and I sat down here, I wasn't wearing sweaters for sure. It's really cold, the temperature dropped, the hour changed and it's ridiculous and it's night at 5 p.m. But anyway, here I am. I have already opened my play. It's gone really well. It's going really well. Today is Saturday, so I have to rush things up because this evening I will have another performance and tomorrow afternoon. And I don't know if I can still do this. So yeah, I showed on my Instagram at the free.volous a lot of new nifty things I bought recently, asking you what would you like me to review, and there were a couple of people asking me to review the foundation products, and then a lot of requests for the lip products. So I'm going to do a full face and I'm going to play with the things that I've been using and that I've purchased recently. Big intro, as usual. I'm going to speak a lot for sure. I'm too excited, but I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, let's jump into this. Now, this is heavily influencer influenced. This is the NARS Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. I love foundation sticks, you may know. I still love, deeply in love with the Dior Backstage foundation, but I saw this again heavily influenced by Jordan Liberty. He used to do YouTube videos. Now he's basically just on Instagram, and his makeup, he is an actual makeup artist and his work is phenomenal, is within the Lisa Eldridge kind of range. Amazing skin, flawless skin, bold, glossy eyes, and go check him out. It's not a lot about Instagram makeup and nothing and things like that. It's a lot about beautiful skin and then a bold statement, usually on the eyes. I'm totally up for it. And of course he always works with models, so perfect people, those kinds of people. But he used this foundation on one of his models and he said on the caption, no filters, no editing, this is just a foundation, and it was wonderful. It was seamless, so I had to try it. Keep in mind, there isn't much product in here. And it glides on your skin really nicely. So you run through the product quite quickly. I have Punjab, which is my color match when I'm a bit lighter. And it glides on really easily, as you can see. And I don't use, this has a sponge applicator that I would be without easily. I would prefer them to add a bit more product to the packaging, but you just then just blend it out, and it blends out effortlessly. Still can't speak, and it does give that kind of slightly matte effect, and depending on what you're wearing underneath, so if it's a more hydrating primer or more moisturizing skincare, this will kind of mesh into that and it will look pretty nice. Please excuse my heavy dark circles, but that's just my life. I haven't been able to rest a lot. This is kind of what it looks like, and it looks really beautiful. It's that kind of semi-matte, borderline satin finish. It doesn't feel heavy at all. I really like this foundation. I haven't been using this for a long period of time, so I don't know about the longevity. I've been using this on top of my Dior Backstage at the theatre for the play, so double layering. So this is how it looks like. I've just done one thin layer because I'm going to go with concealer. The first one I'm going to talk about is influenced by Desi Perkins, the most wonderful face of the internet. She's gorgeous. And she loves and swears by this concealer. This is the Becca Aqua Luminous, is it? Yes, Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. I was really interested because I like, for those no makeup days, something more hydrating. You know, I don't like to set my under eye concealer because it creases on me. It makes me look really crepey. And I decided to give it a whirl. What can I say about this concealer? It is very lightweight and sheer. So if you're going for high coverage under the eyes, I will show you, this is not the best option. But for no makeup days, days when you need less coverage, this feels super nice, almost like a hydrating under eye cream. It's not too slippery. You will probably want to set it if you're very oily, but for me it's really nice. As you can see, I hope the camera is doing it justice. You can still see my under eye circles peeking through. This is not enough coverage for today for me. I like it, as I said, on lighter coverage days or on days where I don't need a lot. Now, this, however, I've been using. I know the last time I spoke to you about, I was going about the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Concealer. To be honest, update, stick to the foundation. It's remarkable, and this is not that amazing, not worth the money. The Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, however, wow. I haven't tried Tarte Shape Tape, so I can't compare it. This has quite high coverage, and it doesn't set in that kind of heavy way, you know. It is a heavy concealer, but I'm going to just apply a couple of dots here, and then I can go around my face with this on the darker areas where I have some pigmentation. And this is usually what I do, even if I'm not wearing foundation. I can just use this shade on top of, say, Trini London's BFF or whatever, and it just works like a charm. And I just pat it on, and it has extremely high coverage, but it doesn't look too heavy on the skin. As you know, I work with light layers. I like to buff them in or pack them in and then buff the edges. Although I don't have the most amazing skin, I don't like to cover it too much or keep it too smothered. My dog is snoring. Have you missed that? I think this is an amazing concealer, and underneath my eyes, I'm going to take a smaller brush. These Zoeva brushes for me are life. This is the Face Shape 110, sorry, and this is the Concealer Buffer 142. Love these brushes, love Zoeva, but these two brushes are life. Thank you, Lisa Eldridge, for endorsing them. I already used them, then I felt a lot validated. But yeah, and I'm just going to pat this into the area, the under eye area. It stays put, it doesn't crease on me unless I've applied a lot, and I try to avoid the direct area underneath my eyes. It just go right on the darkest hollow area, and this is how it looks on me. And I find that, almost forgot this one here, I find that this gives beautiful coverage without me looking too cakey. Of course, I'm so knackered that there is a limit to what you can do. This is my base done. I don't feel like I need to powder the this foundation. I will go with a light veil. I'm using Hourglass. I didn't have any new powder to show you. I'm going to go with a light veil of powder just because I've applied the concealer and I want it to stay on all day. Okay, now let's jump into the eyes. This is heavily influenced by another influencer called Kathleen Lights. This is the Swear By It palette by NYX. And it has plenty of shadows to choose from. A great selection of mattes and neutrals, and then pops of color and shimmers and metallics. And it has a duochrome in it, and I'm pretty chuffed with this purchase. This costs the same as an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, but you have a lot more color selection. NYX eyeshadows are pretty nice. It's not the most inexpensive palette, but it's quite affordable for the amount of product that you have, and for the quality it's pretty nice. And I've been playing with it, and I'm totally divided today between a more warm toned fall look or something with the duochrome. But because I want to show you the duochrome, I think I'm going to go with the duochrome. How many times can I say duochrome in one video? I'm going to start with this shade here on my crease. And these eyeshadows are pretty pigmented, gone very heavy-handedly. Start small, people, don't do just what I've done. Oh god, just hearing Judi Dench singing Send in the Clowns right now in my head. But as you can see, they blend really nicely. You just need a little tap. Of course, this will be hit and miss depending on the texture of the shadow. Some of them will be harder or drier, some of them will be softer. They're not all the same. Hate this weather. Inconsistent prick. I'm going to take this warmer orangey color here. I love the mustardy colors in here. The same brush, I'm just going to warm up what I've already applied. Can you see how much pigment? They're not playing around. And I have to. This red is calling my name. I don't know what's about to happen. It may go south really quickly. I don't care. You're my friends, you'll understand. And go on the outer corner. See, this one isn't as heavily pigmented as the browny warm colors, but still you can make a beautiful red smoky eye with this one. So I'm just patting in the product. For now, I'll buff in a minute. A little bit of fallout. My dog is restless. He's not used to this anymore. He never was. And now I'm gonna go with the duochrome in the palette, which is this color here. And it doesn't look like anything, but once you take it off, can you see that? And I'm going to apply it on my lid. I know I should do a cut crease like the young people are doing with concealer. I can't be bothered. I'll try it once on camera for you to see me failing. But for now I'm going to just dab this on the eyes. Now I can see that where I've applied the matte red underneath, this is not sticking as easily. This is a very creamy shadow. Not going as I thought it would go, because the blue is so overpowering. Whereas when I have it on my hand here, it looks almost browny red and then with a slight blue thing. And when it's packed on, it's blue full on. So let's see what I can do with this. This is a quite peacocky look, isn't it? If it goes wrong, I'll clean it up. Although I wish I could do something nice for you to see. But you can see how the shadows blend and work. Just disregard my ability to combine colors. If you have some problems with the duochrome sticking to the matte shadows, maybe going with a bit of Fix Plus or any spray with a bit of glycerin on it, and it will kind of solve your problem. I'm going to take the orangey brown here, this one, underneath my eyes. Love that orangey brown. The fallout was really easy to remove. It just flicked off. It didn't go all over my face. There you go. I'm going to add some black liner, no news there. Mascara. I was undecided regarding which mascara to buy. I wanted to try Monsieur Big by Lancome, and I wanted to try the NARS Climax, I think it is, Climax mascara. And this was 20% off at Sephora, but the exclusive brands were not 20% off, so I went with this one. And this is how it looks. It is waterproof, it doesn't smudge on me, and it lasts really nicely. It is still on the process of kind of drying out a bit, so it's still a bit under what it could become after 1 week or so, because it's very recent. I bought it just a few days ago. It is comparable to the Better Than Sex in terms of the lashes that it gives you. They are fluttery and thick, but it gets to a point where you can't build it anymore, which doesn't happen with the Better Than Sex, at least the normal, the pink version. The waterproof one gets a little bit harder to work with. Yeah, I like it. I hope you can see how it goes. Because I have a NYX store really close to the theatre where I'm working, I've been a bad girl and I bought a lot of NYX stuff. This is the highlight for me, along with a Swear By It palette. Their lip pencils are amazing, but you know that I love them. This is a precision brow pencil. Mine is in espresso, and it's the one with the pointy end if you want to stab anyone. And it is a flat, very thin nib. And on the other side, of course, they have the spoolie, and I'm really enjoying this the brow pencil, because it just gives you those finer strokes that you would get with a pencil, a normal pencil for the brows. But usually these more longer brow pencils have the wider, the kind of a pyramid or triangular shape. This one doesn't, so it's all the same size, the same width, and I kind of love it. It can give me very precise lines, but at the same time it fills in a bit quicker than a normal pencil would. That being said, brows are like mascaras, and color choices, each their own. I really like this, and if you have brows like mine, and if you like to spend the minimum effort like I do, this may be a good choice. Last products, plural. These were the most requested. Fenty liquid lipsticks, basically. I don't like the packaging. Am I the only person in the world who thinks this looks like old school nail polish? But it's glass. I'm grateful for that, because recycle. I'm going to first apply the nude, then remove it and apply the red. Just taking my lip liner. This is Los Angeles. No, this is actually Sandstorm. Any lip liner will do, as long as it's nude. And here we go. With this is on Button, cute name, and this is the beigiest, or the more neutral of the two nudie colors. The other one is a bit more mauvey or rosy, and when I try this on my hand, it kind of slightly oxidized, so it came down to a color which I think I can wear, but yeah, it's still pretty light. And this has Alyssa Ashley written all over it. She looks wonderful with anything on her lips, because she has the most juiciest lips on the internet. Let's get some things straight. First thing is, I never test lipsticks on my lips in store, and when it comes to nudes, that ends up being kind of always a risk for me to buy a nude. Obviously, this color doesn't suit me. I just want you to see how it looks on my lips. My lips are not full. They have a lot of crackles and lines in them, and a liquid lipstick that is, especially within the nudes and the lighter colors, I think it's not flattering for anyone who has any kind of texture on their lips. This is just how it is. Aside from that, I think this is a very, very comfortable liquid lipstick. It starts feeling dry after about 1 hour or so, but it never feels like it's going to start breaking apart in little pieces that you then feel like you have to remove because it's kind of flaking away. It never feels like that. It feels really comfortable within the dry feeling of a liquid lipstick, but not extremely dry. I'm just going to apply a little bit of gloss, trying to bring some dignity back to my lips. But as you can see, this color is not flattering on me. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Probably I'll pass it on to someone paler than me because I don't think I look good on it. But it's a risk I had to take because I don't try lipsticks in store. Let's remove this and move on to the red. You may be wondering, would you like to have the black? Yes, I would, and right now I would prefer to have bought the black one. Now I'm going to take a red lip pencil, line a lips. Let's go with, what's your name? Uncensored. So, as you can see, this is one. So let's talk about this. This is one of the most beautiful and flattering universal reds that I've ever seen. The color is gorgeous. It's not the most easy to apply just because the doe foot applicator, I mean, when they try to innovate with the applicators, I feel like they make it worse. Is it just me? But you get there eventually. That's why I like to use a liner just to make things a bit easier. But yeah, regarding the formula, I think this is the most comfortable formula I've used on a liquid lipstick. It is very long wearing and it stays looking good for a good amount of time. Usually liquid lipsticks start again to flake after just a few hours and looking really dry and brittle. This one doesn't. This looks really nice and velvety for quite a long time, and it has some property to it in which you speak, you move your mouth a lot, but it doesn't crackle. It just moves with your lips for quite a good amount of time until it starts to fade. I don't find that it travels into my fine lines, which is amazing. And the butthole effect on the center of your lips, again, I find this lasts longer on the inside of my lips than all of my liquid lipsticks. So I think that the formulas are slightly different, which makes sense. The difference in pigment can be a factor. This one isn't as long lasting and it starts to be, or it is less forgiving on the lips right off the bat. This is so forgiving and it looks really velvety on the lips for a long time. It moves with your lips. It's a fantastic a product in terms of color and formula. Only thing is, this transfers. This keeps on transferring throughout the day. I don't know how they do it because it's still on. It doesn't go away from your lips, but at the same time, every time you touch something with your lips, it's there, it's staining. So be careful with clothing and all of that, because this is not one of those that you blot and it doesn't move. It does move, but it's still on the lips. It's really weird. If you want a bright red, strong, bold red, this is the formula to go for. I haven't found a nude liquid lipstick that flatters me, and this one, yeah. This is the finished look, I think. This is going to be the longest video I've ever done, I think. I don't care. I've wasted all my newness on one video. I don't know what I'm going to do next week, but we'll take care of that when we get there. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up down below. Leave me comments on what you want to see next. And Thank you for being there. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I'm almost hitting 1,000 subscribers, and when I do, I can monetize and then start using the money from the ads to invest on the channel and not going broke by trying new stuff. And yeah, thank you for being there. Thank you for spending this little bit with me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!